I guess we're live. Anybody out there? Anybody out there? I'm going to go ahead and get started. So, we'll watch this on the replay. And it is a holiday weekend in the United States, so we may have less participation from our friends in the U.S. I had a reading in mind to do, and I had put the music in. Good morning, good afternoon, rather, Kailash. Good evening. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Yes, all is well. I hope all is well with you. We got good sound and video pretty decent. I had to make some adjustments at the last minute to the reading. Okay, cool. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get started then. I'm going to start out with the information. We have a full moon that starts on Monday in the sign of Scorpio, so I want to read you what that's going to mean for us. It's represented by the Seven of Cups, which we have been seeing quite frequently in our readings lately. May's full moon in the sign of Scorpio has a bite to it, a sting, if you will. La Luna's tenderness is hidden under the cloak and dagger energy of the Scorpion, hinting at shadows simmering beneath the surface and emotions kept carefully under wraps, only to explode at the slightest provocation. Meanwhile, the sun lies in peaceful Taurus as a sign that refuses drama, denies change, and resists transformation. This can be a stabilizing energy for the volatile moon, or it may serve as a frustration. As with all full moons, the aim is balance between peace and power, between change and stability. And if I'm not mistaken, the moon is in Libra right now. Between the physical and the psychological. What psychological wounds are emerging at this time? What shadows are being revealed? What power plays, old habits, situations, or relationships are coming to light? And how can we use this energy for transmutation? Scorpio has 6 distinct faces, 7 guises. The first of these is the snake, a symbol of shedding. This creature is still the least evolved of all aspects of Scorpio. Next on the scale is the scorpion, then the spider, the lizard, the wolf, the eagle, and finally the phoenix. The full moon illuminates which of these creatures reflect our current state. It behooves us to study carefully without judgment, without fear, where we are exactly on our personal path of evolution. Have we grown or refused to grow? Where have we held on, not surrendered, attempted to win that which is unwinnable, or at the very least frustrating? Scorpio is a sign that clings until the very last moment, the 12th hour, and at this point, the melting point, the moment of crisis, this sign finally releases, and in that moment is reborn. So do we stay tethered to the ground, or do we boldly begin the slow, painful, deep journey of rising up? Ruled by Mars in Leo, there's an abundance of boldness available to us. Mars and Pluto are still separating from an intense opposition, the last of several, which means we're slowly regaining our power. We're recovering. We're remembering that we are sovereign. Mercury is moving towards a square with said Mars, which does admittedly raise the temperature and bring the chance for verbal explosions. If we're not clear, if we're not authentic, if we haven't dealt with our demons. Trine Venus, there is a softness too. Venus lends her diplomacy to the mix and favors connection or It's a subtle aspect, but one that can be leveraged. Don't forget that. There's Venus, you're going to have this energy of diplomacy to mix in with the favors connection over war. This will help you to favor connection over war, because this moon, we've been talking about this lunation for months now in this collective, that we've been waiting for this lunation, because this lunation is going to cause some changes, some very much needed changes, desperately needed changes. In the end, it's not about how deeply we've loved, but rather how gracefully we've learned to let go of the things not meant for us. Ho ho ho. Look at the picture that's represented by it. It's like, oh, trying to be something you're not. A rabbit metamorphed into a fairy. It looks kind of like a rat. It's cute though. Okay, so in the beginning I was going to do a reading, and the songs that came out were Nothing Else Matters. The first song, what was it, Spirit? It was the same one we had yesterday, Ghost Town. Nothing Else Matters, and then Piece by Piece by Kelly Clarkson. So somebody has abandonment issues, or they're having to leave their family and their children. And when I got Ghost Town again, and then I got Nothing Else Matters, in that song it says, we do it our way. And I said, what does our way mean? And it went right back to Ghost Town. Ghost Town came out again. And I said, okay, so their way is to be living in this ghost town where there's not much love. Okay, so I feel that all plays a factor here. But I'm going to let Spirit choose the actual song for this reading while you're watching. And that way we get the song together. Spirit, what's the song for the full moon in Scorpio coming up tomorrow? May we see, please, as a collective, what do we need to know about this full moon in Scorpio to help us to rise from those ashes? It's running slow. My phone is running real slow. Oh, wow. Okay. Interesting. I got Dogs Don't Die by Tyler Rich. So somehow there could be a dog involved here. And I don't know about you, but last night I had the most vivid dreams. First, I dreamed that Cosmo had a baby, and the baby bird was flying around the house. And I woke up from that, and then I went back to sleep, and I dreamt for a couple of hours that a loved one in my family had crossed over. And it was the most horrific dream you could ever imagine. It was so vivid and so real. And all my family was there. And I couldn't believe it. And when I woke up, I literally was going to call somebody and ask them, was it true? Because it felt so real. And I was like, then I started thinking rationally. And I was like, if that really would have happened, you would have been to the funeral. And there's been no funeral in your family. So then I got myself together again. But it was so real. It's scary when I have dreams like that. And I don't want to say who it was. I'm going to leave that to myself. Alright, so let's go ahead and pull some cards on this. Dogs Don't Die is a song about dogs don't die. I mean, I don't know. Tyler Rich, Dogs Don't Die. So, I don't know. Dogs Don't Die by Tyler Rich lyrics. It's a very new song, so there were no lyrics on there yet. I'll read it to you, though, because it may be significant to somebody. Four-legged... How do I get rid of this? There we go. Four-legged, tail-wagging angels. 100 years wouldn't be enough. Of tongues out the window, bench surfing back roads, helping each other grow up. But there comes a day they won't want to play no more. But Granddaddy said they're just scratching on heaven's door. 'Cause dogs don't die. They live on a farm in the sky. Acres to roam, cloud for a bed. Down at God's feet, forever fed their favorite treats. Oh, might grow some wings, but it don't mean goodbye, 'cause dogs don't die. Dogs don't leave when they go. They live on the front porch of your mind. Yeah, man's best friend means until the end of time. Dogs don't die. They live on a farm in the sky, acres to roam, cloud for a bed. Down at God's feet, forever fed their favorite treats. Oh, might grow some wings, but it don't mean goodbye, 'cause dogs don't die. Jesus and canines both give that divine, unconditional love. That's why we only get one and cats get 9, but dogs don't die. They live on a farm in the sky, acres to roam, clouds for a bed. Down at God's feet, forever fed their favorite treats. Oh, might grow some wings, but it don't mean goodbye, 'cause dogs don't die. Don't you cry, 'cause dogs don't die. So someone could be having to lose their animal. I'm so sorry to hear that. The Spirit's reminding us that dogs don't die. All right, we're going to go through all the aspects of life with the Moonology decks like we always do. And I'm going to use the Spirit Animal deck also on this reading, because of the representation of Scorpio being represented by the snake. All right, I'm not going to do pre-shuffle. I'm just going to shuffle because happy Mother's Day to those of you who live in the United States. And I hope you have a wonderful day with your mom. If she's not anymore, I hope you'll celebrate her memory if it's a good one. In that song, Piece by Piece, it's about a dad, but you could reverse the roles. Someone could have been abandoned by their mom, or felt abandoned by their mom, or dad. If you listen to the lyrics to that song, it's a beautiful song. All right, Spirit, show me how you're working in the collective. Spirit said to get these first. Okay. Everything got changed up on me at the last minute. How are you working in this collective right now? Gentleness, compassion, and unhappiness. You're having to be gentle and compassionate even though you're unhappy. And also having gratitude is important. There's some dishonesty about your happiness, I think. You may not have a lot of faith either in the situations that you're dealing with right now. All right, home life, Spirit. How are you working in our home lives? Aquarius is here. New moon in Aquarius. At home, oh wait, there's 2 cards here. We'll do the first one first. We have Aquarius and we have Gemini. Spirit says, think it through, Gemini, and be open to change, Aquarius. So you're thinking it through and being open to change at home. There's something you want to change at home, okay? And it has to do with being gentle, compassionate, and unhappy and dishonest. I think you're being dishonest about your happiness. We have the new moon in Gemini. And let's say this, there is a new moon in Gemini coming up in 2 weeks, okay? So your home life is going to be affected by not only this full moon, but the new moon in Gemini and the new moon in Aquarius is also significant. All right, what about work life or working in our lives? May I see, please, Holy Spirit? Thank you so very much. You won't let go of control at work. You need to release control. First quarter moon in Taurus. There's a sense of needing to release control when it comes to work. Or Spirit might be working on you letting go of control, like it said in the Scorpio full moon. This is a time of letting go of the things that you have tried to hold on to that just weren't working. And it looks like it's something in your home life that you're having to be open to change. All right. And surprises. Oh, that flew out. Focus on the positive. New moon in Sagittarius. A lot of new moons and first quarter moons here. First quarter moon in Scorpio, release your blocks. So focus on the positive and release your blocks. Somehow you have a block. This block could be any kind of block, but it could be you have one block. They could be a Sagittarius, Scorpio. You may not be talking to them. Planetary alignments, big time. You see them? I hope the camera's clear enough that you can see them. You may need to unblock your chakras. You may need to unblock your chakras. I don't know though. Only you know what's going on in your life. Surprisingly, somebody's going to release their blocks and focus on the positive. All right, love life. Your love life is a little bit stuck. Okay. Take a reality check. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, so in love life, it's time to take a reality check. Full moon in Capricorn is here. Alright, you could be dealing with a Capricorn in your love life, or somehow Capricorn is significant. There's a goat. There's a goat. Alright, what's your role here? Woo. Gemini again. Clear your mind. Clear your mind. Let it all go. Release control. Release your blocks. A lot of releasing in this reading. Take a reality check. Think it through and be open to change. Alright, and what's going to be the outcome? Good, strong answers only, please, from the universe. That was kind of floppy. Your outcome is that you're not going to trust all will be well. Oh, that's not good. Okay, so the only way to really turn this around is if you will do what's being suggested in these other areas. And on the bottom of the deck, we have relax. New moon in Cancer. A lot of new moons in this reading. So you need to relax. You need to release control in a lot of areas. Let go of your blocks. Focus on the positive. Think it through and be open to change. All right. So let's get the animal deck and look and see what the animal deck says about this. If I can remember how to open it. Okay. All right. This is a Colette Baron Reed deck. That's a Yasmin Boland. The Moonology is Jasmine Boland. This is Colette Baron Reed. Spirit animals. Home life, spirit. Home life for this collective. Tell me what you're doing in the home life. Besides opening up to change. You're thinking about changing something at home. Something at home is needing to change and you're considering this change. Or that's how spirit's working, is to help you to think about the change. There's the crow and the armadillo. Alright, what's going on? Oh, card in the wrong deck alert. Thought I saw a card in the wrong. The raven. There's a raven here. This is a card of animals, but the wrong deck. Prepare for change. Remember, open to change. Not only are you going to open to it, you're getting prepared for change. Preparing for change. Okay. And look, see how the raven changes into the phoenix? You're fixing to do that rise. You're fixing to come up. You're going to rise. I see this. Okay. All right. What's going on at home besides preparing? You're not only opening up to change, you're preparing for it. Ooh, that flew out. Okay. Dolphin. This and that are true. And overcome any obstacles. So what you're having to think through is what's true and what's not. Remember honesty? About joy, maybe? There's dishonesty, and you're having to think through this and that. What's true? This and that are true, and you're having to overcome obstacles at home. Number 20 and number 50, the rhinoceros and the dolphin. And you also have the raven. That was spirit, completely spirit. Because there's no way I could have pulled the wrong card out of the wrong deck not knowing this was going to come out. Open up to change. That was totally spirit. Alright, work life, spirit. You're so amazing. Work life. How are you working or working in our work life? What's going on in work? Good, strong answers only, please. I felt like I saw just another card in the wrong deck. Work life. This is floppy energy. I want good, strong answers only, please, from the universe. Work life for this collective. Good, strong answers only, please. I guess I'm going to have to take it. The otter spirit. At work, spirit saying, let go of control. The otter, you're never alone. And buffalo spirit, the abundant universe will provide. So maybe a little bit you feel alone when it comes to spirit working on your career. You need to let go of control and let spirit provide for you. The universe will provide. All right, what about surprises? That's number 10, the buffalo, and 42, the otter. What about surprises? May I see what our surprises are? The fox is here. You're going to have to think on your feet. Remember how it said things are likely to explode? You might have to make some real quick decisions. Let go of your blocks, focus on the positive, and think on your feet. There's a fox here. These came out in reverse, but I'm not going to read reversals. Surprisingly, you're going to believe in yourself. The squirrel spirit is here. Be open to infinite possibility. The starfish, and white raven, trust in magic. Trust in the magic. Wow, interesting. So surprisingly, you're going to release blocks, focus on the positive, think on your feet, believe in yourself, be open to infinite possibility, and trust in the magic. All right, what about love life? We're having to take a reality check. I think you need to be careful in your life. Anyone you love could explode on you. Turn knowledge into wisdom. So you've had to learn a lesson when it comes to love. And this is a wolf. You're a wolf spirit in your love life. You could be dealing with a wolf or a Capricorn. You need to turn knowledge into wisdom. You've gone through something and learned some kind of lesson. All right, your role here, what is this collective's role? Another card in the wrong deck. Badger, bring your life into balance. Bring your life into balance. Clear your mind and bring your life into balance. In butterfly spirit, transformation is beautiful. Your role is to just know that what this moon is bringing you is a transformation that's going to be beautiful. Clear your mind and bring your life into balance. That's your role, okay? And just know that this transformation is going to be beautiful. Number 11. All right, and the outcome. You are. How did those cards get in this deck? Good, strong answers only, please. Here's giving me a lot. Okay. Outcome is life is about to speed up. Things are about to start moving real fast. Dream the world into being. Lay a solid foundation and learn from the past. So whatever happened here is teaching you a lesson. And it's something from your love life because I see turn knowledge into wisdom in that. Okay. And then on the bottom of the deck, Bobcat, life is a mystery. So the outcome is you're going to dream the world into being, lay a solid foundation, learn from the past. Life is about to speed up. And really, you just need to trust that all will be well. We have the lizard, the beaver, the elephant, and the antelope. And the bobcat. Okay, I'm going to stop with that. I'm going to pick these up also. Where did those cards even come from? Okay, there's the angel. No. I'll figure it out after the reading. I don't know. I don't want to put them back in, though. They need to go back where they belong. Alright, I'm going to pick these up, and we're going to look at this from some different... You heard the message. I don't have to keep repeating it. That just takes more and more time away from our day. I'm going to try to give you some time back in your day. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. just in case Spirit wants to use these again for question and answer. I want to make sure they're separated properly. Alright, so the next thing I want to do is I want to look at Spirit saying use these. Okay, this is called the Divine Energy Deck by Sonia Chuzette. And I haven't used these in a long time, so I don't know what's going on with that. Alright, show me what you want to show me, Spirit. Make sure you're liking, sharing, and subscribing. Alright, there's a card turned over here. What's going on here? I don't know how I did that. I had them backwards. Home life for the collective, Spirit. My hand is causing me a hard time shuffling. Home life for the collective, Spirit. Take the lead and be decisive. So you're having to come up with that thinking on your feet. You're having to come up with some decisions. Remember now, this is about gentleness, compassion, and you have no joy. And you're trying to get honest with yourself or with someone else. Bust out of your cocoon. You're not taking the lead. You need to bust out of your cocoon. Alright, home life, Spirit. How are you working in this collective when it comes to our home life? That's a lot of cards. We're getting a lot of cards. You need to retreat. Back off. Stand down. Count your blessings. Be true to yourself. Imagine solutions and make a plan. And that's what we saw you were going to do with prepare for change. You're getting ready to do something different at home. All right, what about work? You might be moving. What about work? Oh, these two love each other. Have faith and claim your art. So, claiming your art is about arguing. It's about somebody trying to take credit for your work. So, you're going to have faith even though someone else is getting the credit. That's your work life. We're going to get more on that. And your surprises? Be of service. You're going to be of service, surprisingly. All right, love life. Your love life, embrace your power. Reach for the stars. Embrace your power and reach for the stars in your love life. Planetary alignments going on in your love life. This is bringing you a lot of power. All right, what's your role? This is going to be a big change, I think. Focus on success. That's a lot of cards. Focus on success. Build on a solid ground. Again, solid ground. Make necessary sacrifices. You're going to have to give up some things. Be patient and laugh at your demons. And what will be your outcome if you follow through with all these things that Spirit's telling you? You'll bust out of your cocoon. You're finally going to make a transformation. But you have to be decisive. You cannot let this just work itself out. You're going to have to make some decisions. You're going to have to come up with some plans. You're going to have to make some changes. Prepare for change, okay? Come up with a plan to change. That's how it's going to have to be. All right. Now, let's get a little more personal here. So far, we've been kind of vague in what we've been hearing and seeing from Spirit. I want to get a little bit more personal. Show me what's going on at home, Spirit. What's going on at home when it comes to gentleness, compassion, not being happy, and not being honest? You got to get honest with somebody about your happiness. And I don't think someone is happy at home. There's something that's causing you unhappiness. I know I have something causing me unhappiness at home. Everyone might be different. What's going on at home, Spirit? Don't let it all hang out. Leave some stuff to the imagination. So right now you're trying to keep what's going on at home secret. What are you keeping secret at home? That somebody said shut the fuck up and you're working out, getting hot and sweaty? So somebody told you to shut the fuck up at home. And you're trying not to let anybody know and let it all hang out. All right, what's going on at work? Why did they tell you to shut the fuck up? That flew out. Because you think you have them all figured out. Because you think you know every damn thing. All right, what's going on at work? Somebody thinks they know everything, and you said shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. But I still love you. XOXO. What's going on at work? You won't forgive. And it's not that serious, and you're not going to forgive. So Spirit is working on something that wasn't that serious, but somebody's just not forgiving. All right, what's your surprise? Do the damn dishes came out in reverse. What else is your surprise? So you're not cleaning up this mess. You're going to open your mouth, talk, and use big words. And you're going to say, do I really love them? And what's going on in your love life? So you're having to ask yourself if you really love somebody. You're agreeing to disagree in your love life. Stop trying to control everything. It's time for shit to get real. I'm telling you, in your love life, this is going to be a time where it could get very volatile in a relationship of some sort. It doesn't have to be romantic, but it certainly could be. All right, and 222 is significant. What's your role here? Pack your bags. You're moving out. You're getting out and leaving where you're at. You're making a plan to move out. That's what I see here. And what's going to be your outcome? Over the next month, you're going to move. Your boundaries are trash, and you're going to go solo. So you're like, you have shit for boundaries, and I'd rather be alone. Fuck your feelings. I have logic for a reason. And you're going to be irritated. I'm telling you. Be careful. Be careful. You're about to have an explosive time in your love life with somebody, and it's going to cause you to move out. Finally move out. I think you've been unhappy where you're at for a very long time. You just haven't been able to get honest with yourself about why you're unhappy. You're finally going to get honest with yourself about what is going on with you. And one of you does more than the other, and you can't say thank you enough. So it's like you do way more and put in more effort, and the person is like ungrateful. No matter how much you are grateful, it's never enough. That's the feel that it has right now. Okay, let's see what we want to do. Let's pull tarot on it. Let's see. Use the red deck I'm hearing. How are you working here, Spirit? May I see, please? How are you working in this Scorpio full moon? This is going to be the one that's going to make some massive changes around you. And I think we've been leading up to it in our readings the last 2 days. Okay. The High Priestess is in reverse. That's Scorpio with hope. So you're not using your intuition about having hope. Okay. What's the energy to overcome? Whoa. The High Priest upright, Justice upright, a Tower, and the Sun in reverse. So there's a masculine also. There's a feminine that's not using her intuition about having hope. She might think there is none and there is, or she might think there isn't any and there ain't, or whatever. Reverse any roles you need to. There's also a masculine here. Somebody here uses hand signals. Somebody has facial hair. There's also a sense of justice. I am going to make shit right here. And there's going to be a Tower about your unhappiness. All right, what's going to pull it together? Scorpio is already here very strongly. What's going to pull it together is the Moon and the Devil. Damn it. Wow. Woo. And look, then you're going to take this risk. Finally take a risk. This is something right here. This is powerful. Very powerful. Let's just jump right on in and find out what's being said here, shall we? What tarot do you want to use, Spirit? We might use a couple different ones. We're going to start out with this one. Why is the High Priestess in reverse feeling like there's hope? Because of the Emperor in reverse in the world. So she thinks that it's over when it comes to the Emperor. And there is hope. Because the Emperor is in reverse. Actually, they're upright. The Emperor and the Ten of Cups. There's somebody here who's an older man who has a lot of unconditional love, but I don't think she realizes it. There could be a Sagittarius involved here, no unconditional love. It's like you're being tempered because you feel like this person doesn't have unconditional love. Why is the High Priestess here? Why is the High Priestess here? Fill in the blank. So the High Priestess is in reverse for a lot of different reasons. It just depends on your situation. All right, and why is there hope? Because of looming burnout. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius is here. This is the Four of Swords. You feel like you're never going to get over this. You're never going to heal from this. You're not using your intuition, though. You feel like there's no hope for this. It's like, this is over. It's like, maybe, okay, the Four of Swords is a card of taking a break, resting, retreating, like we saw in your home life. But somebody won't retreat. They won't. And fill in the blank. All right, why won't they retreat? Because of the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is somebody who's being patient and coming up with a strategy for success. But this person doesn't have any strategy whatsoever. And you know that. And you're tired of it. It's like, I feel like there's hope for you. But I'm not using my intuition because of some situation. What happened here that you're not seeing the truth? Somebody's holding that back from you. That's why the honesty's in reverse. So somebody is not letting it all hang out. They're not telling you what's going on at home. Alright. Why is the High Priest here? These are complicated messages. Because somebody regrets not showing love. And this is caused, this person knows that the Four of Cups and the Six of Wands are in reverse. If you read these upright, what you have here is somebody who is getting credit. You remember, you're not going to get credit for your work. It's somebody getting credit, but at the same time being very arrogant and wasteful and having it all and not taking advantage of it. Like somebody handing you an extra cup of love and you're just not going to take it. You're just refusing to take it. And see, this is causing somebody to feel bad. Like, this caused them to fall from grace and regret that they wouldn't take it. Or that they were comparing themselves to someone. Why is Justice here? Because of empty rewards. This is somebody who's... You're going to come out of a place where you have been stuck and had no reward for your sacrifice. You sacrifice. You remember it was saying something about sacrificing. You're going to have to sacrifice some things. You sacrificed things and got nothing back, and that's what's going to be made right. Is all your sacrifices that you made that never materialized, it's going to be made right. All right, what's your Tower? That's the Scorpio vibe. The Tower is you realizing, oh, wow, you could be finding out that, okay, there's a Hierophant here. That can be any institution, hospital, jail, social services, a new job. It could be the court system. It could be a commitment, a marriage. But there is a sense of being grounded in reality. Your Tower is you being grounded in reality when it comes to whatever this Hierophant represents for you. And Spirit is transforming this where you have been very tempered or bringing you a very strong temperance feel. Why is the sun here? Because you're going to set priorities, the Two of Pentacles. You're going to get your life in balance big time. Wow. And why is the moon here? This is what's going to pull it together. The Lovers is here, Gemini. You're going to make a choice, but it's going to be done in secret. And it could be about a lover. It could be about just a decision, a big decision. And why is the Devil here with you doing this in secret? To fill in the blank again. You're keeping it under wraps, even from us. So why is the Fool here? Aries is here. You're withdrawing your love. And it's going to be very disappointing when you do. You're getting ready to take off and go on a journey somehow. A fool's journey. And this is going to be... It's going to cause you to have to withdraw love, and it's because of empty promises. Maybe it's because there was somebody who wasn't showing love and they were making empty promises. Things are going to be disconnected for a while. Anything else we need to know here? That this is going to be the end. You're going to finally accept the trauma, and there's going to be equality in giving. No longer will one person... Somebody could be very benevolent, though. They might be benevolent. Let's see what else we can get from this spread here. I want to look at this from a couple of different ways and see how much we get the same message, because these cards are just that freaking amazing. Alright, so we see what we got from this one. Now, let's look at it from a different perspective. We're going to look at it from this perspective. And then we're going to get some guidance on how to deal with it. Alright, talk to me, Spirit. Why is the High Priestess in reverse? Now, keep in mind, these are Tarot oracles, so there's not the same cards. Why is the High Priestess in reverse with hope? Because of you changing your focus and taking the lead. The Emperor's here. So you don't understand, you don't know that there's an Emperor. That's what kept coming out in the other reading, that Emperor. Somebody's changing their focus when it comes to an Emperor and giving and receiving. Alright, why is the High Priest here? So, there's because somebody is going to share their love, and you, or stop sharing their love. It came out in reverse. Why is Justice here? What's going to be made right? Simply love. The Six of Cups. Memories of love. Alright, why is the Tower here? Wow, major arcana, y'all. Because of the Magician, the throat chakra, seeking the truth, and shining. Wow. This is powerful. This tower you're going to have is going to be you manifesting, speaking up about the truth. This is a truth you've never spoke up about. And it's going to cause you to shine. I think that's your happiness that's lacking here. I think you're going to finally tell somebody what would really make you happy. I turn right to it. That doesn't happen unless Spirit's talking to you. Alright, believe, realize, harness, enthusiasm, potential, and you're going to have a breakthrough. This card symbolizes the positive and powerful energy that now surrounds you. By embracing this energy, you can improve current relationships and draw new ones to you. See yourself in a glowing orb of brilliant golden light. Believe in the power of this light to infuse your relationships with enthusiasm, life, and greater love and understanding. See it moving outward, surrounding all the people you know and filling them with joy and hope. Visualization can be quite powerful. So use it to magnetize and attract what you want in your life. And see, you're doing that here by your throat chakra, by opening your throat chakra. Remember your blocks? The block is talking to someone. It's about you manifesting, speaking truth. Speaking and seeking truth. so you can shine. Where was I? I gotta turn the page. Turn the page. That song's coming to mind. It's also time for you to let your own light shine. You are an amazing being. You're magnificent. Realize and believe this, and it's the key to unlocking your personal potential. Be confident in your dealings with others. Use your talents to point relationships in positive, empowering directions. Letting others Letting your own light shine will act as a beacon to attract others to you, people of like mind and similar vibration. It will also encourage others to let their own light shine. Harness the amazing energy surrounding you and shining from within you. Use this energy to break through any obstructions that stand in the way. Remember, overcoming obstacles and complete so you can find, that stand in the way of complete happiness. So you're finally breaking free from whatever has been standing in your way of having true happiness. Know that you deserve the best. People are attracted to you when you are joyful, enthusiastic, and confident. Radiate these qualities into the world and see the beautiful things you attract. I shine my light out into the world and joyfully attract all that I desire. This is the typical sun card. So this tower is you manifesting to speak up and seek up your happiness. Why are you doing it in secret? What's the moon? Oh, that flew out. Because of seeking. This is you seeking. Down here where you're seeking the truth. You're seeking here as well, in the dark, in a place of darkness. Why are you doing that? Let's see. Quest, understand, retreat, solitude, introspection, and guidance. This is the hermit. So this is a hermit, the moon, and the devil. I mean, you can't get any more intense than that. All right, why is the devil here? That's intense right there. Because of somebody feeling alone. You're soul searching about how alone you feel and how much you desire someone to be in your life. I think you really want to be happy with the people around you. And why is the Fool on the bottom of the deck? Because of the Lovers and a new vitality. It's like, these came out in reverse also, just like the first ones did. But this is the Ace of Wands and the Six, meaning the Lovers. You're gonna make a choice to have new vitality, the Ace of Wands, something new, creative. This could be a spark of this could be sexual energy. You have to pull another card to know what that is, but it's a well-deserved reward. The Nine of Pentacles. What are you choosing? That flew out too. Your battles wisely. You're choosing your battles wisely. This is an argument. That's why it keeps coming out in reverse. There's going to be an argument that's going to lead somebody to making a decision to try something new. Outcome of this argument we keep seeing. You're going to listen, the High Priestess, rebuild, and have that rest and remembrance. Nine of Wands. This has been heavy shit you've been through. You're going to use your intuition and listen to Spirit's guidance here. And rebuild. Oh, and have flow. This is beautiful. That's definitely the High Priestess. But what is 16? The Tower again. You're going to listen to your intuition and you're going to rebuild. You're going to have a tower moment about this dark time, all this moon energy, seeking someone to be with. I'm tired of being alone, tired of having to argue all the time, and you want to get in flow. You truly want things to change in your life, and they're going to. This is the wheel. Holy cow, you're going to have a wheel? Let me find out. What's the wheel? strengthening bonds, Ace of Pentacles, and dreams, daydreams, and decisions. There's the Seven of Cups. You're going to have a lot of decisions to make because you're going to start a new opportunity. The Ace of Pentacles. Outcome of your Ace of Pentacles. Wow. Movement. The Chariot's here. You're going to get in a vehicle or something and go somewhere because you're tired of being sad and lonely. Somebody's fixing to make some major changes in their life. Wow. I don't know which person you are here, but there's going to be an argument, so I'm just going to warn you. But from what I'm seeing in the cards, you're not going to be given the opportunity to avoid the argument because you're not going to be using, your spirit's blocking your intuition. So it's like, even if you try to avoid this, it's not going to happen because spirit is tired of seeing you unhappy. So spirit's going to make this justice. The justice is going to bring a moment of clarity about your happiness, which you soul searching about. You could have already had this argument and now you're doing this soul searching and you're like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just out of here. I can't do this anymore. Because you remember in your home life you were coming up with some strategies to make a change. Alright, what else do I want to look at, Spirit? Show me the argument, if I may. This could be anyone in your life. It doesn't have to be a loved one. It could be a roommate. You're haunted and you're sick of someone controlling. Maybe you're haunted by someone controlling you for so long. I'm tired of it. Tired of it. Show me how this happened. You were trusting the plan. Okay, so you had a plan you were trusting. What's being hidden? That you were trying to give this one last chance, or you are. And what's being shown? That you're going to have a rebound, and that you have telepathy with someone. Why is that important to know? Because of having a fling, escaping, using something to escape, and you got away. So you had a fling, and you were using drugs and alcohol or something to escape, and you got away. And when you got away, you had a rebound. And you're telepathic. What is the telepathy about? Learning your lesson about I choose you. Not learning your lesson about who you choose to be in your life. Alright, so what's going to happen next? A lot of cards. Somebody's not going to change because it's like something's unchanged. I am who I am, not who you want me to be. I'm not going to change. And somebody's like, I got to move on from this. Trust your intuition. Somebody's incomparable and they want their freedom, but it came out in reverse. So you're not getting your freedom because somebody's incomparable. Why not? Because of late night. What's going to happen here? You don't know yet. You're undecided, but you can't erase this person that's incomparable. How does the person that's incomparable feel? They miss you, but they know you have no escape and that you're not divinely guided to heal. They feel like they miss you, but you haven't been divinely guided to heal from this. Or maybe they haven't. What do you mean they're not divinely guided? Somebody can't be trusted because they have been pretending and you've lost hope. That's you right here, the High Priestess. It's like you're not using your intuition about hope. You don't think there's any. But what's the truth about that hope? That it's only you. Somebody's fantasizing and they can't fight this anymore. I can't fight this feeling anymore. So what are they going to do? They're undecided right now. There's new love here. Unsent messages and gossip. I'm not going to forgive you. So it's almost like you've chosen someone new and you haven't told somebody yet. And you're afraid of the gossip if you tell this person. But what we saw over here is your tower, is you getting the courage to open your mouth and speak your truth. And you're seeking it here. You want your happiness. And I think this new love, this new Ace of Pentacles, that could be a baby you're just not thinking about as love yet. You're still like, I'm all by myself with this baby. All right, so we want to find out what the gossip is real quick. I got to get on down the road with this reading. Spirit, you done got me knee deep in it already. Yes, you have. I'm gonna get it. Spirit said use this two deck. All right. Why is the gossip and the new love in reverse? Because of somebody having depression, expecting a new beginning. Remember, they might have a baby. Somebody who's a player. Like in it. They're still brainstorming. They're aligned and centered with the universe, and they're a copycat. This could be a twin flame. What do you mean they're a copycat? They're burning evidence. They're in their feelings and insecure. Yeah. I think they're somehow burning evidence, getting evidence, in their feelings about this and insecure. What's the outcome? Somebody wants to set the record straight. All right, set it straight now. They're not over it. They're not a great actor. And they're going to keep a promise. But somebody's going to be total drama in action because of a pregnancy test. Outcome of the total drama in action. There it is, right there. An argument, putting somebody in their place. And somebody's going to be announcing, recording, or revealing this while they're venting. Diamond girl who's born to shine and getting a room. So this argument is going to lead you to this new love. You just haven't told them. Right now you're keeping it very quiet. You're soul searching about it. I think that this person is probably going to they're busy also. You're going to be busy. Oh, wow. It looks like you're going to call somebody and say, hey, I just got in a big argument. I can't do this anymore. Come get me. And you could be pregnant. Or you might drive up in your car. You probably have a car. All right, let's see. Let's look at this a little bit deeper. There's something I'm not grasping here. What's going on here? What's causing this fight? You feel like you lose yourself. You feel lost in your partner. It's okay to be yourself and have your own life too. What else? Giving too much. You are depleted because you give too much. You need to balance your give and take. All right, what else? And we see that in the readings. Somebody's not talking and they need rescuing. You aren't communicating your needs clearly. You need to discuss how you feel. And you're waiting for love to save you, but you must stop waiting and start looking. You got to make a plan. You're not telling somebody this though, but you just had an argument because you felt lost in you felt like you didn't even have an identity anymore because somebody was giving. So you stopped talking and now you feel like somebody needs to rescue. And you're going to be guarded. You are lonely because you're so aloof. Trust others and let them into your heart. What's going to be the outcome of this argument? Somebody's going to feel unworthy and have anxiety. You deserve an amazing relationship. Take steps to heal doubts about yourself. And you are afraid to get close to someone. They are scared too. Give them a chance. So you're going to have anxiety, that feeling of fear to tell someone, hey, you know, I got feelings for you. And they feel the same way. Give them a chance. It's always hard making new connections, especially if you struggle with anxiety. All right. What's the rest of the gossip? Oh, that's... Somebody's a broke ass, okay? And it's the same shit, different day. It's kind of that boring, monotonous type shit that goes on. All right, whatever. Why did I say whatever? Somebody wants you back. And you're going to travel. You're leaving. You were a broke ass. And now they want you back. Because you're leaving. You're traveling. Outcome of the traveling. Oh my God. Be careful. Somebody's going to make you a dirty offer and impersonate somebody. They're going to pretend to be someone they're not. Why are they doing that? Because they have the inside scoop. And what's the inside scoop? That somebody's an obsessive lover and they can't dust it off when it comes to being haunted. It has something to do with stealing your ideas and creativity. Card turned over in the deck. Divination abuser and spiritual hater are here. Somebody hates on your spirituality. But at the same time, they steal your ideas. This person's nasty energy down here. Obsessive lover. They can't. They're dirty and haunted. This person's got nasty energy right here. They hate your spirituality. Outcome of that person's spirit. Spirit says you're going to be rejected when you think someone's into you, but you're going to get rejected, and they don't care. You're bankrupt too. Oh my God. Yes, somebody's got to haul ass away from this place. There ain't nothing good growing over here, I can tell you that. I'd be hauling ass too. Alright, I think that's about as far as we're going to take it with this particular reading. Somebody's having a rebound, a fling, escaping because you got away. And I'm learning my lesson because of not choosing you to begin with. And there's telepathy. What's the outcome of one last chance? A friendship. Secretly going to give your friendship one last chance. And this is going to work. Nice. I like that. I'm glad I asked that question. Alright, how do you feel about this friendship? This is the one you've been pretending about. What are you pretending? That you have a resentment? What's the truth? So somebody's pretending to have a resentment. That you are infatuated and you feel like there's no hope. That because of tension. So what's going to happen here? You're going to be solitary. You're going to get your single. You're going to get your independent. But somebody is also chasing thrills. Why is chasing thrills here? Because you're not roaming wild and you want to say goodbye to this person. So what it is you're getting your independence. You're going to be single again because the person you're with is the one that was escaping and roaming wild. And you're like, I'm not roaming wild. Bye. I got somebody that loves me unconditionally, a friend of mine. I'm going to see my friend. I'm going to hang out with my friend. Okay, let's see what's going on here. One more thing. What else, Spirit? Somehow there's a soulmate involved in this. Why are you showing us that? Because of warning, you need to have boundaries. Somebody is unavailable. There's a past life love and they're longing. Warning, you need boundaries. Somebody's unavailable and there's a past life love who's longing. And they're not sorry either. What's going to be the outcome? Stability. And what else? Oh, somebody's going to have an addiction. Outcome of the addiction? You're not learning a lesson. The stability. That's where you need to take the leap of faith over here. And it's going to be an argument. Why aren't you taking a leap of faith? Because you won't retreat. You won't leave this person alone. What's it gonna take for this to change? Whoa! I'm not taking all those cards. What's it gonna take? But it might take that much for you to release. You need to release that person. And then what might happen? You'll have to wait. An awakening is gonna happen when it comes to that friendship. Wait. Just wait. There's going to be an awakening when it comes to a friendship. There's that friendship again. Somebody's been on different pages. Outcome of waiting and awakening friend. Okay, look there. Spirit says, put away the computer. You're going to have abundance with that friend. and master your lesson. Beautiful. I like that. I think you should probably hang out with your friend instead of this soulmate. Or the friend be the soulmate. I'm not sure. Okay. Let's look at your money for this full moon. How is this full moon affecting your money? Money spirit for this full moon. How is the full moon affecting money at home? Your animals are in reverse. You're going slow in reverse, and there's a surprise. But somehow there's a surprise, animals, and going slow at home. All right, what about work? At work, you're going to take off. All right, what's your surprise this month? You're going to get recognition this month. All right, what about your love and money? You're going to have angelic help when it comes to all that gossip we saw. There's not going to be any gossip. All right, what's your role when it comes to money? Don't do spell work. What will be your outcome? Your money won't come to a halt. And you won't have to be rescuing anyone either. Outcome of this stuff going on at home. I'm so sorry if it's your animal. You're going to be in leadership. You're going to take the lead at home. You might have red hair. You're not planning this, but it's going to happen. You might have to leave your animals. Surprise. It might be a surprise that you're going to slowly have to leave your animals because you're going to be in leadership. You're not planning this. You're not motivated for it either. Okay, I'm going to leave it alone. It looks pretty good. One more thing. Anything else? There's no promoter. No parenthood. Somebody tried to get me to do something yesterday, and I was uncomfortable with it, and I didn't do it. It had to do with promoting my YouTube channel. No parenthood. It's like, I don't know what that means. Let's find out. Spirit, is there going to be new opportunities in this collective when it comes to our money this month? Remain positive, Spirit says. No, in reverse. No big happy changes. Are we going to get new opportunities this month? Get more information. It's not up to you. Okay. Can you give me some more information about new opportunities for work? Look for a sign. Meditation will bring answers. Don't wait. So Spirit's saying look for a sign while you're meditating. Whoa, romance came out. Are we going to have new opportunities in love this month? New loves. Abundance came out. No forgiveness. And we're going to have an opportunity for new love in this collective this month. It's not the right time. Why is it not the right time? Because of somebody not having a peaceful resolution. Remember the argument? So it's unlikely that we'll have any new love this month. That sucks. Are we going to have a friendship? Improving health and big happy changes came out in reverse with no need to worry. Why are they in reverse? Are we going to have a good friendship? Within the next few weeks, don't be assertive. So just wait it out, I guess. If it's a friend of yours and y'all are at odds with each other or something like that. It doesn't look like you are. It just looks like they're having problems with the person they live with. It could be anyone. Anyone, okay? All right, may I have some guidance, please? Guidance for this full moon. All right. The Dream Walker in reverse, the Horse King upright, and Sisters of the Seasons in reverse. All right, number 8, number 42, and number 17. The Dream Walker as your challenge position. The Dream Walker challenges you to wake up from your restless sleep in which you're not dreaming at all. This is the time to remind yourself of your passions and the aspirations you may have left behind. Perhaps you should reconsider and allow yourself your precious dreams again. Don't give them up. There's always a way they can return to you as long as you don't try to dictate the forms they take. Another way the Dreamwalker challenges you is when you're in the middle of a nightmare brought on by you or by others. Wake up and don't struggle, for she reminds you that the divine will lead you out of the bad dream and into a much better one. This too shall pass. Be reminded that you have a unique and special purpose. You're always actively influencing your reality through your thoughts and reactions to life's challenges. Number 42, the Horse King. Your ally. The Horse King always comes to lend you the power to go the distance, forging ahead whatever the weather. You will most certainly reach your perfect destination with this noble ally. He lets you know that some person or circumstance brought through synchronicity will certainly appear to help you with your endeavors. You aren't meant to go this journey. Remember, you're not alone. This is also an important time to delegate authority to others so that they may assist you. Currently, you're magnetic to powerful people who are in a position to help make your dreams come true. Wow. The Horse King asks that you remain open to those who are sent to aid you. You can be assured that you will be lifted up and will ride high in victory. Wow. You're going to have that recognition. And number 17 in reverse. This is the Sisters of the Seasons. This is your challenger, though. The Sisters of the Seasons send you a warning that you're trying to jump the gun and go from winter to summer without paying heed to spring, or skip from summer to winter without allowing for the possibility of autumn. Moving too quickly, looking for shortcuts, and artificially trying to prolong a hoped-for result will not yield what you desire. And see, that's why the Fool kept showing up in reverse when I would try to clarify it, because you're trying to get ahead of God. Just hold on, wait. This friendship needs to wait, okay? All four sisters are nature's cherished daughters, and all are important. Be careful of the difficulties they force you to endure when you try to trick them away from each other. Better to let nature take her course. Her daughters will be very happy, and so will you if you let them express themselves in order. So you're trying to get ahead of yourself, okay? And Spirit is saying, that's why I was pulling yes and no answers from the angel cards about the friendship and the new relationship. Spirit is saying, not yet. And so don't jump the gun. Don't try to make something happen that's not meant to happen yet, okay? You have to let nature take its course here. And I think that is a little bit causing you anxiety. Alright, what would this person say? The one that's pretending, what would they say to you? They're pretending now. I think I'm falling in love with you, and I often wonder how you feel about me. They came out in reverse. So they would say, I'm not falling in love with you, and you never think about me. Booty call, don't judge, come over. What would you say to them? You would say, I like it when you text me good morning. Everybody likes that. And why don't you ever respond to my text in a reasonable time? So it sounds like you're not talking to one another, or not very much. It's like it's kind of cut communication. Now, what would this person say? The one that's pretending, what would they say to the other person? I can still feel you. And what would you say back? I can't seem to find the right words to say to you. So you don't really know what to say to them, and they're saying, I can still feel you. I don't know if I can meet your expectations. What else would they say to you, the one that's been pretending? Let's assume they're not going to pretend anymore. What would they say to you? They would say, I want to be authentic. I'm no longer afraid, and I feel badly for the way I've treated you. You didn't deserve that. And something is still missing for me, and I'm trying to figure out what that is. That's that soul searching they're doing. I should have been more honest with you about the way I was feeling at the time. How were you feeling at the time? I've looked you up online to see what you've been up to, and I'm more affected than you know. What would you say in return to them? You would say, you're an angel. You're an angel. And your beauty still moves me. Okay. Okie dokie. Reverse any roles you need to. If you need to. Let's get some trinkets. I haven't done trinkets in a while. Trinkets, please, Holy Spirit. I'm closing my eyes. Speak to the collective through the trinket spirit. Maybe get trinkets. Alright, so somebody uses a pendulum. The fall could be a factor because I have a leaf for the fall. Oh, I have a very old fortune cookie. It says, let the tone, let the spirit of adventure set the tone. You're going on an adventure. I have a Dallas Cowboy star. Your name could be Cowboy, or your name could be Dallas, or you could be from Texas. Dallas Cowboy. I have a skull. You could be into skulls. I don't know. I have a guitar playing skull. A skeleton, actually. Like a half a skeleton. I have a mermaid. I have a tree of life or a family tree. I have a little girl. Someone could have a daughter. You could have a daughter that's crossed over. I have an elephant, and I have a Pegasus. Alright, let's get some trinkets out of this bowl. Trinkets from the other bowl, Holy Spirit. Anything you want to say to us out of this bowl? Oh, there's Saturn, the red marble. Hey, Otto Guthrie Hazel. How you doing, sugar? How you doing, baby? I love you. I have, a lot of fortune cookies. You might like to eat Chinese or Japanese food. Romance could divert your attention away from money matters today. One's mind, once stretched by a new idea, never regains its original dimensions. I have the I Ching, a horse. You could be from Kentucky, or you could ride horses. Young and strong, a ball, a cross with wings, an arrow, Sagittarius. There's the owl for that wisdom. Somebody's holding a heart in their hand. And I got some cherries for some reason. Your name could be Cherry. I don't know what Cherry's about. Alright, so I'm going to take a quick little break, and then I'll come back and answer whatever questions there might be, if there are any. Again, if you're from the United States, happy Mother's Day to you. I hope you have a wonderful day if you celebrate Mother's Day. Some people did not have a good relationship with their mom, and therefore they just don't celebrate it. And if that's the case, happy Sunday. Okay. Is there anyone that has questions, Kailash? Okay, I'll be right back. I don't know where these go, but I'm going to put them in here until I figure it out. Oh, I think it's in the drawer over there. I'll be right back. You need to go outside, buddy? Na, 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 na. Come on, I'll let you out. Come on, buddy. Wow, it's so rainy. I'm back. I got to go out in the rain today. Ugh. I'm happy that I get to see my mama. I love my mama. Okay. What's up, Kailash? That's fine. I gotta go anyway. I need to get ready to go see my family. Yeah, absolutely. What's your question, sweetie? Okay. I'll ask. I'll ask. Alright. HR spirit. Are they gonna respond? Are they going to respond? Will there be a response from HR in the next week? Will there be a response? Let go and take action. Choose a new direction and let go. Will there be a response from HR? May I see, please? In the next week, will Kailash get a response from this HR, from this position in the next week? Spirit says, I need you to trust me. Somehow there's not clear communication right now. Alright. If Kailash trusts, will the response be yes? It's not the right time, Spirit says. Not the right time. Stop. Just stop. Trust me. It's not the right time. Spirit saying, trust me right now. It's not the right time. Stop. Okay? So right now, Spirit wants you to trust. Spirit, where are they? Hold on one second. I gotta put away some of these cards. I got way too many cards out. Okay. Okay. What does Kailash need to know when it comes to his career? What does he need to know to be successful? Reflect on no drama. What does Kailash need to know to be successful in his career? There's limitations and no drama. Success in Kailash's career, Spirit. Wisdom about limitations. What does Kailash need to know to be successful in his career moving forward? This is determined to be a card for you. No drama came out. Okay? Drama came out in reverse. Beware of troublemakers in the workplace. The job you want may have too much upheaval to bear. Keep emotions and gossip in check. So I think Spirit is keeping you out of drama, Kailash, by not giving you this position right now. You need to trust that right now is not the right time and just stop. Stop all your efforts because I don't want you to be in this drama. You're not seeing the signs. All right, what else does he need to know? Oh, beautiful. Okay, education is a factor and a new beginning. You may need to take a class or do research to find a better position, or you might find yourself writing a book or teaching others. It's a good time to start a new job or a whole new career. You have creative ideas that get noticed. Build a nest egg for the future. Don't put it all on the table right now. You're gonna find out what direction to go in. Your purpose is unfolding slowly, step by step, as you go along. There's no need to hurry or worry. You are being divinely guided. And on the table came out in reverse. Time to put your demands on the table and get serious about what you want. Ask for a raise, a promotion, or a step up. Spirit said, don't do that. I'm going to give you direction. And that has something to do with education and a new beginning. One more thing. Anything else? Okay. You might need to grin and bear it to maintain respect and keep your position. Or you need to smile and make nice to get the position you want. You might have to grin and bear it to get this position or a position. And gifts came out. You are uncovering new talents that will land you new work in a better position. You could get more money with the deal as well. But you're not doing that. Spirit says you're not doing that. And the new life came out in reverse. You may get a fresh start or be called to bring a new perspective to your old job. You may also get a tempting job offer or a new place. That's in reverse. Why is that in reverse with saving face? Ooh, hiring freeze. Okay, right now you are going to come out of where you've been trapped. You feel stuck in your current situation, but you do have options. Look for another job while keeping the one you have for now, but you just, I guess, didn't do that. But you will have a wish come true. Your wish is being granted, but it may not come in the way you expected. No worries, it's just what you need. Right now things are frozen. There may be a hiring freeze or no new work. Being aloof can leave you out in the cold. A warm follow-up gets you in the door. So if you want your wish to come true, you might have to do something to grin and bear it. I'm not sure what that's about. You can't make it work. Clarify the wish come true if this is frozen. Spirit's going to illuminate. Something hidden is coming to light now. You find out new jobs, opportunities, and options. Someone else is going to lend you a helping hand. And things are locked. Work you want may not be in reach now. You can make a temporary position while awaiting an opening. Your new place will offer job security. So right now, it looks like things are kind of frozen and stuck in your career life. And Spirit's saying, I need you to trust me that it's not the right time. Spirit's keeping you out of some drama and from having to kiss ass to get a job. And I think the right position is going to come along and someone's going to give you a helping hand. Okay? Hey, Manya and Asha. If you two have questions, let me know. It's okay. Who's first? Is it Manya? Manya, sorry. There we go. Current feelings of Mox towards me. He has reached out to me yesterday. Yeah, we saw that was going to happen, didn't we? Okay, thank you, Kailash. We'll keep checking in and seeing what's going on with that. But right now, Spirit's got everything kind of on hold. And there's a reason. You don't know right now what it is, but you're going to find out. I love shopping too. I wish I had the money to shop. All right, let me see. Manya, you want to know his current feelings. Spirit, can I see Mock's current feelings? May I please see Mock's current feelings towards Manya? Ecstasy and clinging. This man is in love with you. I get the feeling he has to leave a situation. He wants a second chance. And he promises he won't chase thrills. Uh-oh. Somebody was abandoned because they wouldn't stop chasing thrills. Alright, how does he feel currently about Manya, Spirit? How does Mox currently feel? He's longing for something to end. He's longing for something to end. He doesn't want to chase thrills either. What was the rest of your question? Okay. So he's longing. There's something that's got to be finished first. Why is he saying goodbye? Because it's like he has to abandon someone. Or maybe he's saying, I abandoned you. What's his next likely move going to be? He's seeing through the heart fog. What is he seeing? That he doesn't want to shock somebody. What would be shocking? Beauty, a curse, something that's intimacy and pain that's not hopeless. No more pain when it comes to intimacy being hopeless. He feels like somebody's beauty is a curse. And their rejection and divine feminine. Not sure I'm getting all this. You might be getting it and I'm not. Let's see where he's at right now. Because we were seeing yesterday, I don't know if you went back and watched your reading, but yesterday your reading was showing that he was in a situation that he was stuck. And I can't remember what you were doing, but the two of you were seeing signs of destruction. Where is Mox at in this journey, Spirit? May I see? He's ascending, being stuck. See? He was stuck yesterday. There's a communication where he was not getting over something or ascending. Communication about not ascending. Recognition and communication. Where's Mox at in this journey, Spirit? You're definitely on one with this fella. Where is Mox at in this journey? May I see, please? He's purging. He wants to make an offer. And he's not with his tribe. He's crying, it looks like, because he has to leave his tribe to make an offer. And where's Manya here? Manya, you're not a victim. And what's connecting the two of you? Secretly admiring one another from fake accounts, maybe. And no third parties. Anything else connecting these two? Going through some dark times. A dark night of the soul. And recognition. That's similar to what we had yesterday, but different. If you want to go back and watch yesterday, it looked like to me he might have to go through something to be with you. Hello, Jason. Scorpio from Africa. Nice to have you. I hope you will subscribe. A reading for you in general today, Asha? Sure. Okay. Spirit, how do you want to speak to Asha today? May I have a general reading for Asha today? Asha, I'm going to go to your practical ways of self-care. What are the practical ways of Asha, Spirit? Your nutrition, again, a ritual. You and I are working on our eating habits. What's going on? How can Asha not F herself? Give less fucks when it comes to your nutrition. Oh, I know that's right. And you're born to stand out and work on your nutrition. Your nutrition always comes out, Asha. How are you working so Asha doesn't F herself, Spirit? You need to know you have special gifts. Never surrender to normal. And live your dream. Live your dream. Avoid toxic people also. Alright. How are the angels working to help Asha in her life, Spirit? May I see, please? Peace, prayer, forgiveness, and nature. Being grounded. And also in your thoughts. They're giving you peace and prayer and forgiveness and nature. Anything else? Unity. You're going to have unity. And somebody's watching you, adoring you. Joy and a divine plan. There's a plan for sure. What spiritual gifts are you working on in Asha's life, Spirit? Oh, your tree of life came out. And butterflies. So somehow there's going to be a transformation in the tree of life. Hearts are mending. Anything else? Anything else? Your loved ones in spirit are here, and time is a factor. And somehow a house is also maybe significant. That's how Spirit's working, Asha. You want a love reading? Is he next, Kailash? Okay. Love reading for Jason, Spirit. May I have a love reading for Jason, please? How do you want to give Jason a love reading? Show me how you're working in Jason's love life, Spirit. Show me how you're working in Jason's love life. May I see, please? Show me how it happened in Jason's love life. Or how it's going to happen. Love the one you're with, Jason. Including you. Bare your effing soul. And you're not working out somehow. You're not getting hot and sweaty. So somehow you're going to love the one you're with. This includes you. Bare your soul and not work out. Okay? What is being hidden here? What is being hidden here? Keep that shit to yourself. So somehow you're keeping something to yourself. Maybe whatever you're going to bare your soul about. And what's being shown? Do you really love them? And what's going to happen next? You're going to say, F your feelings and go solo. So it looks like you might be leaving somebody. And pack your bags. And say, F your job. You might be moving. Huh. Okay. Alright, let's see. Let's look at it from this perspective then. Show me how this happened. You were tired of being haunted and someone controlling. This was haunting you when it came to being controlled or controlling. What's being hidden? That you feel desperate. And what's being shown? Or someone feels desperate. Somebody's all in your head. You're stalking them or they're stalking you. And you're not helpless. What's going to happen next? Oh, Jason. You're going to take it slow and somebody's going to be partying. But you're not going to live a double life and you're not going to have secret love. What do you mean you're not going to live a double life and not have secret love? Because you're going to say, you first, I'm not moving, you know where to find me. And You're going to say, you're not for me, but really they are for you, I think. And this, somehow you have a dying love, Jason. Whoops. Scorpio is strong in my chart also, Jason. Like in Vedic, I'm 100% just about. It's Scorpio. Alright. Show me how this happened. Oh, secret love tried to stay on the table. That secret love is not giving up. Show me how this happened. You had some setbacks. You did not have an opportunity for some reason. And I had the Three of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. So it's like you just couldn't find the right opportunity of some sort when it came to being passionate and making connection, or like financial, something that you could tangibly touch. You weren't able to get ahead. All right, what's being hidden? Oh, the Hierophant tried to come out. What's being hidden? King of Cups. You are, and a Knight of Swords. It's like secretly you're emotional as hell and feeling chaotic, or there could be someone who came in real fast and lied. There's a Knight of Swords here. They're in reverse, and so are you. You could be dealing with an air sign or have air in your chart. But it's like, I'm not going to tell them how I feel, even though I have. It's like you're in chaos secretly. Remember desperation? All right, what's being shown? That feels like desperation. Is that you're making some real quick plans, and that's for you to go solo and pack your bag. What's going to happen next? The truth is going to come out about a King of Pentacles, an Ace of Wands, and Seven of Wands. A lot of fire showing up here. Air and fire with some pentacles. You are going to realize the truth that you can't get the security that you need, and you're going to get motivated for a new beginning and get all in determined. Outcome of being all in determined. You might have a earth placement also. What's the outcome of being determined? You're going to get tempered when it comes to that planning. You're going to come out of a place where you've been stuck. Okay, something happened that made you feel bad about yourself. It has to do with not having enough money. You're going to set priorities, come out of the place where you've been stuck, and you're going to be tempered with a Sagittarius. And there you are on the bottom of the deck, death. Outcome of all of this right here, Spirit, being so determined to change and not be so humiliated about something. Outcome of that. The outcome is going to be you looking back at what you put in something and be like, I'm not getting out what I put in. So you're trying to get this golden egg, and you got a cracked golden egg. And this is going to be you recovering from heartache. What are you going to do about this, Jason? What should Jason do about this? You're going to soul search about it. The original reading probably resonated. You're going to stop doing the drugs and use your intuition. Why did I say drugs? It could be alcohol or anything. Video games. Whatever it is you're doing in excess. You're going to stop doing those things and use your intuition while you soul search about this. Hold on one second, y'all. Hey, baby. Yep, I'm getting ready to leave in just a minute. Alright, bye. My daughter. It looks like it's leading you to some kind of pairing up. Two of Cups is here. Or that could be what you're soul searching about. Because do you really love them? Outcome for Jason when it comes to soul searching. You're going to build a solid foundation, and you're going to realize that something gives you a lot of love, or someone, but there's been something was unfair. You're going to realize, and look, you're going to manifest. That original reading very much resonated with you. It looks like you're working through some stuff, but you're going to get through it. And it has to do with you trying to... But just be careful that you don't get ahead. I'm going to give you some guidance real quick, and then we're going to move on. I'm going to go ahead and probably close, because I got to get going. Guidance, the prison waif, self-sabotage, poverty consciousness, and the Metal King in reverse. So we have 31 and 37. Wow, you fit in real well here, Jason. The prison waif. When the prison waif arrives in his realm as your ally, he comes to remind you of the law of paradoxical intent. Your own self-sabotaging thoughts and hidden beliefs are, in fact, preventing you from your highest good. You might believe that you're doing all you can to manifest your reality, but perhaps you're giving in to thoughts such as the following. I can't do this. I'm unworthy. I'll fail. So why? I don't deserve this. I'm unlovable. In fact, you're locked in a prison of your own making. That's good news because it means you have the key to let yourself out. This is a sign that you need to spend some time with yourself. Remember the hermit mode, the Virgo? Addressing those beliefs that counter your hard work and get ahead. My bird is somehow discussing this. You can change them if you want to. You don't want to stay in the prison, do you? Take inventory of your thoughts. Let yourself out of jail and spend a few minutes outdoors in gratitude. It's time to let the sunshine in. And then number 37, the Metal King, as your challenger for this week, okay? And on this channel, I don't tell you what you want to hear. I tell you what you need to hear. So if you decide to stick around, thank you and welcome. Be mindful of codependency and enmeshment with the Metal King when he comes as your challenger. He's inviting you to address how overwhelmed you may be around other people. Do you pick up their feelings like a sponge? Do you feel like you need to heal them so that you feel better? Get grounded. Be clear about your own personal boundaries and restrain yourself when you feel like jumping in. That could have been that devil. It could have been codependency, not addiction. Jumping in to help without being asked. This is also a warning against forming unhealthy relationships. So that might not have been addiction. It could have been codependency that I was reading. It's hard to tell with the devil energy. Okay, Jason, thank you for letting me read for you. I hope you got something out of it that'll help you along your journey, and that we will see you again someday soon. All right. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. Thank you for allowing me the privilege to read for you. All right, you guys, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you when I can see you. Mwah.